We're PAR.
And what do you guys do?
We specialize in psychological assessment and resources for clinical psychologists that are private practice or practicing within a larger organization like a mental hospital, hospitals in general. We work with the government, places like that.
And then what would you say your goals are for video marketing? What are you trying to accomplish? And then also, what are your pain points?
So this is really a sales side initiative versus a marketing initiative. The sales team, PAR, has a sub-brand called Invista, and they're taking a lot of our career assessments, career resources for human resource recruiters, people who are in charge of staffing, finding the right fit for people. So they're taking a lot of these products that we currently have and marketing them to that specific segment. So the video project that I'm looking for some help on is to support the Invista and the Invista sales team. It's a fairly new team, so we don't have a lot of leads. We don't have a lot of warm prospects, but as we continue to build that pipeline, we want to be able to communicate with them in a more effective way. We did speak with a different vendor for a different reason, and they showed us that they started incorporating video automation, similar to what Dubb is doing, into their own process, and they've seen way better response, open. It's teeing off a better conversation for the sales side. So that's kind of what started me doing some research in this space.
Awesome. And then that makes sense. And then how did you hear about us? I always have to ask.
That's a good question. So the gentleman that had used this as part of his marketing strategy gave me your name, and they're actually using Vidyard right now, and I've already spoken to Vidyard, but he did say that Dubb offers a very comparable solution to that platform as well. And right now we do like Vidyard. They have a stand-up solution. They have all the things that we're kind of looking for. So I need to, before I go to my boss and the leadership team, I want to, kind of say I've assessed, the companies that are in this space that meet our budget, and then make a recommendation from there.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's a great intro. Thanks for that. Yeah. Darius, right. I'll let you take over here.
Good deal. All right, yeah. So let's first. I actually love to just address those couple things that you mentioned that Vidyard was working for you. So if you want to break down for me just a couple of things that works for you, is it integrations? What about the platform is working well for you? And I'd love to kind of make sure we can do those same things, and then maybe also provide some things that we have that they don't.
Okay, no, that's good. So one of the main things, obviously, is putting the sales rep in the position in the video. The original video we saw was of just a sales rep as an intro with a whiteboard. And at one point in the video, the whiteboard went up, and the product line that we saw, with video animation, it was able to tag the customer, the lead's name onto the whiteboard. We've also seen some sales reps themselves personalizing those boards within the video. That seems to be a little bit of a cheaper solution than doing the fully automated process.
Yeah.
But the company that we talked to is using a quick 30-second video attached to an email that would go out to a list of people, dynamically swapping names out. And then if the video was clicked on, it would go to a landing page that dynamically swapped that rep. Whoever sent that email out, it would go to that landing page. If the form got filled, it would insert into a Google Doc or into our own Outlook process, and then with a Zapier connection, it would zap it into a Google sheet, and then the reps could organize the sheet that way based on how much of the video was watched, who that person was, all that stuff. Okay. So we kind of like that process because the landing page aspect kind of keep things a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
And the reporting in the backside, the metrics piece, we really liked as well.
So the only thing I had a question about there is the form itself. Is that hosted by you guys? Is that a tool that you're using, or was that a Vidyard or whatever product you were using?
That was a Vidyard specific that they offered.
Okay. So that I would say is the one thing that we currently don't house ourselves. So if you have any other form that is connected to a CRM, that's connected to your Zapier, that's in your pipeline anywhere, we can connect that same form on the video page. I would say that's the only thing we don't have ourselves. In that whole work regard that you just described to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and give you a little breakdown here. I'm just going to provide a visual of exactly how our workflow would provide you something very similar to that. 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Oops. Okie dokie. Can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay. So conceptually, yeah, the platforms are very similar. We would allow the reps to have access to videos right within their email tool. What would you guys be using? Like a Gmail, an Outlook, a CRM? What does that look like?
We're in the process of standing up all of those things right now. So they're currently using Outlook. And we also have constant contact through D365.
Very cool. Okay, so we do have direct integration with both of those channels. What it's going to look like is there's going to be a little Dubb icon right inside the face of Outlook or in Constant Contact. And the way that it works is if you give it a click, it gives you access to your library of existing videos. So like if you have some frequently asked questions, if you guys have some video assets that you want to be able to deliver on demand, this is how that would work. You can filter them by tags. So here's some tutorial videos that I had pre-recorded. And then you can also just search for them by name. And then when you're ready to actually insert a video, all you have to do is click it. And then we have that same level of tracking. So I can see who's watched the video, what percentage they've watched, if they've clicked any CTAs, things like that. I can say video for Bob. So this is a unique feature for us because you mentioned where the rep is holding up like a whiteboard with the person's name on it. And now we're not opposed to that. You still can have that same effect. You can hold the whiteboard up. We don't have that automated tech where it would, superimpose like somebody's name from a spreadsheet onto a whiteboard. That we wouldn't have, but we do have this one here where it works the same exact way. So if you have like a merge field token in your tool and you want to put the first name on it and this video goes out to 1,000 people, we can do that. So that I would say is our closest replacement to having the whiteboard kind of effect at scale.
Okay.
Yeah, but then, as I mentioned, if you have reps that want to do one-off videos, they can definitely do that as well. You can record right from within the extension. The recording functionality is there.
Okay. I wanted to chime in and say something really quick. We actually started out doing the whiteboard treatment where we would put someone's name on a whiteboard and we would present it to them. And the intention of doing that was to get their attention and really to let them know that this content, this video is personalized for them. We started doing it and we moved away from it. And that's just us personally. I'm not saying that I don't recommend it or do recommend it, but we personally as a company, we moved away from it. And I think the reason why we moved away from it was because we didn't really want to come off as too, maybe we felt a little tacky, to be completely transparent. We felt a little tacky doing it. And, we're an enterprise business and we have fun a little bit, but I would say that it didn't really match our overall kind of corporate brand. For us, we wanted to come from a place of, value and then technology. So that's just a little bit of backstory. Thanks for hearing me out on that.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. So yeah, as AC kind of described, we have that little tech feature kind of a built-in replacement of it. So that is how you would either insert an existing video or a pre-recorded one, or a fresh recorded one. Now, what happens when they actually click this? Are you guys only using email right now, or would you be active on any other channels like social media, like LinkedIn or things like that? Or is it primarily
we do have some presence on LinkedIn.
Okay. So we do have direct integration there as well. So you can share videos through either as a sales effort or marketing effort. So going to be very similar to that Gmail add-on I just showed you. There's a little Dubb icon right inside of LinkedIn, allows you to send videos through the channels. And you can see there's a still thumbnail with that personalization text feature to make the URL look a little bit more attractive. Now, what happens when they receive a video either through LinkedIn or through email or through text message or any method in which we want to share the video, when they click these previews, either the thumbnail or the watch video button, it takes them back to that landing page where what you kind of described here. We have a landing page for each particular video. Each rep can have their own video pages. Every video actually has its own page. So, it can have its own custom background, its own call to action buttons, its own playlist features and things like that. So every video does have its own landing page. You'll see here in my library, I have, about 500 videos. Each one has its own landing page.
Okay.
The idea is that these landing pages are built very automatically. So what we do is we set up a couple of default settings. So say if I like my call to action buttons, like this one's a direct integration with my calendar. So that's for, they can book appointments right through there. These buttons can also be programmed to do just about anything we want them to. They can fill out a form, as we mentioned. We can integrate any form here on the page. They can download an attachment like a PDF or Word doc. They can even send you a video testimonial if they want. So if they want to reply with a video of their own, they can do that. They don't need to download, sign up, or install anything. We can also, like I said, have these buttons go to a website, make a phone call or text. Just about anything you could think of, we can set these buttons up to do.
Okay, so with the video specific button, like where does that go?
Which one?
If it reply with a video?
Yeah, so what this does is it allows the recipient to send you a video. So like if you want to collect a testimonial, or if you just want to have them reply with a video, they click this button on their end, whether they're on their cell phone or their laptop, it's going to allow them to record that video, and then it's going to send it back to you right here, where you can then download that video and put it on as a playlist, kind of like this one is, or embed it on a website or landing page, which is another set of features that the Dubb provides. You can actually use either standard embedded videos like this or little widget videos like that.
So within that Dubb platform, we would have our own dashboard then to see like metrics on this specific landing page?
That's correct. So you would have a dashboard, something like this here. This is the general dashboard view. And when you want to check on the analytics for your videos, you can either see at a glance, you can see really quickly just right down here, the number of opens, clicks, and plays. So that's, at a glance you can see. And then there's also really detailed reporting. So I can come into this reporting section. I can either filter it by my team's videos, my videos, specific videos. I can filter it by the specific types of actions. So as I mentioned, if someone visits this page and they click one of these buttons, and I want to, see who's clicked which buttons, I can just filter it by CTAs, and that's going to show me, out of these videos who's clicked. There's just a couple of differences though too. Like if the video is embedded on a website versus being sent through an email or message, the tracking will work differently. So if the video is embedded on a website or landing page like this, we won't be able to track specifically who's watching or who's clicking. But if we're sending the video to them through either email or text or social media or anything, we would be able to track it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'd be able to export that list, I'm assuming?
That's correct. Yeah, we can filter this by whatever analytics we're wanting to see specifically, whether it's opens or clicks or views, and then we can then download that as a report, as a CSV file, and do what we needed to with it that way. And there's also anything we can do with Zapier and push data from Dubb to any other system. And we can also set up automations, kind of what you've described. So they become a lead or a contact, and then we can enroll them in an automation, either through an existing tool that you have. I know you mentioned we're currently kind of in the process of building that. We actually have some in-house tools with Dubb that can send out campaigns and automations using things like your Gmail or any SMTP provider. So what we can do is connect an email right to Dubb and send out a little broadcast or a series of emails right from Dubb as well.
Okay.
So, and then we can also use those in a tool. Say if you guys do decide and really settle in on a CRM or a sales tool, and we want to send out the emails through that tool, we could easily incorporate those videos into those tools as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Deanna, I had to ask, so you mentioned, so do you have a requirement for forms? Because we actually have forms right now in a pilot program. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'd like to work with you on that. Do you have a specific need for that?
I think we're currently using Unbounce. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what, just to quickly stand this up for their own landing pages, the website. We probably just stick with Unbounce since that's already established, but we are looking to move towards some CRM marketing automation platform, whether it's ClickDimensions or HubSpot, whatever.
Got it. We have a deep integration with HubSpot, and we're also completely compatible with Unbounce. So that's a great use case to have your forms built on Unbounce, and then to have the Unbounce page appear, the form specifically within that video page. That way it's an instant video landing page creation, but then the Unbounce form can always exist on that video. So we can kind of take it offline. I can give you a little bit of specific coaching. It'll look very similar to what Darius is showing, where instead of a calendar appearing on the video page, it's going to be your Unbounce page. So we'll support you, and we'll make sure that you guys have that all completely configured.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, great. So let me ask you this: is there any other thing you could think of that you saw from Vidyard that you say, hey, this makes sense or this works, that I wasn't able to demonstrate for you so far?
It looks pretty similar. I guess my questions now would be more on like the ease of use for the sales reps, how many videos we'd be allowed. I think we got a certain amount of shared videos that the reps could access, like either for training or tutorials that like reference videos, I guess. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would say so. For as far as ease of use, what we like to do is set you guys up as part of the subscription we offer is that one-on-one coaching, and it's really dependent upon the tools you guys are using. So if you're in Outlook or if you're in whatever CRM you're going to be using, we will very well likely have that direct integration there. So there's going to be a little Dubb icon right inside the tool you're using. If it's Outlook, it's already there. If it's HubSpot, it's already there. If it's some other CRM, we may already have an integration, and if not, probably could build one if it's a big popular tool. And then so ease of use is really just a couple of clicks. You just click once. All the pre-recorded stuff that you mentioned, there's going to be zero limitation on the number of videos you guys can have access to or upload to the account. So we can have as many of those as we need to, whether they have on the way the team functionality works specifically is you can either have team videos or you can have your own videos, and there can be shared and individual libraries. No limitations or anything like that in any way, shape, or form. And so and the other thing with ease of use is there's also the mobile app, there is the Chrome extension. So really, wherever you guys are working, we are going to have a Dubb icon, a few inches away from wherever you're already working. So that's really what we've designed the platform to do is just be very easy to use for people with the tools they're already working with. And also, as I mentioned earlier, the idea is to set these pages up just once. So we, upload the logo, we set in the email signature, all that basic account stuff. We set that up one time, and then moving forward, all they have to do is hit record, and it's going to build this entire page really automatically. So after that initial learning curve, or just setting up this page one time, it becomes very, very quick to just hit record. People often replace their longer emails with videos once they're comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing any issue with getting these type of emails with videos into inboxes?
No, actually, that brings up another thing is that we actually use, you can connect any email provider you want directly to Dubb, like an SMTP or a Gmail provider. And we're actually going to have a much higher likelihood of ending up in an inbox versus a promotions folder than when we're using things like a MailChimp or any other, broadcast tool, because those are already marked as like promotional servers. So if you're using something like a MailChimp to send a video out to a lot of people, has a far higher likelihood of ending up in the promotions folder. And now as far as actual spam goes, that I would say is more dependent upon the domain of the reputation and then the actual content of the email. So if there's language with things like discounts or, don't miss this or, spammy language, that can potentially trigger a spam filter. But there's not going to be any inherently increased risk of using a Dubb video in an email because it's just a link and an image. So there's no, like I said, an increased risk from using a video versus plain text email.
We're also an approved Google partner, so we have an integration with Gmail. So do you guys use Gmail or Outlook?
We are Outlook. Okay,
so we're also approved by Microsoft. So we have an add-on in Microsoft. So if you go to the Microsoft add-on store, this is only for 365 because that's where the plugins work. We do have an integration, so it works well.
Yeah, if you can see it on the screen here under the integrations, there's going to be this Microsoft 365 add-in, and that'll give you that little Dubb icon right inside the tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So what are you thinking?
It seems pretty comparable from what I've seen from Vidyard, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that we've done our job here to make sure that we're providing all the important and powerful features that any of our competitors do, but while also remaining, a little bit lower budget, and then also providing the one-on-one coaching where we really connect with our clients one-on-one and make sure that they're able to use the tool in the way that they need.
Okay.
Those are the primary differences. Probably, like I said, a little bit lower priced, a little bit more support, and then those kind of unique features I just showed you. Some of the personalization text, calendar integration, exit intent, things like that to really make sure that these pages are getting the conversions we want them to.
Okay, great.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think? Where should I follow up with you? Would you like a side-by-side comparison? What do you think your next steps would be?
A comparison would be good. Maybe an example, a good example that you think, knowing now that what we're trying to accomplish, if you have a sample video, that another client has used or that you guys have internally.
Mhm.
And then a formal proposal would be good. I have to put something in front of leadership
Yeah.
this week. So
Okay. How many users might you be considering? That way I can come up with an accurate number here.
good question. Are you able to do it per user?
Yeah, we can either do one user.
They quoted me by rep, and then you get a price break at a certain amount of reps. So
Yeah,
our
same
team
here.
is very small.
Mhm.
If I don't even think there's 6 reps in there right now,
Mhm.
there could be 6 reps by the end of 2020. So
Okay. So maybe would we say 5 for now, or 4, or what would you think?
say 4 for now, but if
Okay.
you could also give me a breakdown per rep.
Okay, yeah. So I'll explain what it would be for 4, and then I would explain what it would be for each additional user after that.
Yep. And then if you can tell me what is included with that package on an annual basis from startup, support, things like that.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and include a nice comprehensive little package for you there.
Great.
Cool. All righty. I'll have that over to you a little bit later this afternoon, okay?
Awesome. Yeah, I need to get something back to them, at least a very high level by end of day today. So
we'll have it. Yeah,
would be
you're East Coast, so wait, if I'm just trying to think, I will have it to you by probably 3 o'clock or so. So is that what time are you in there till 5 or?
Yep, 5 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it to you before end of day.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Deanna.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
All right, you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.